What's up, guys? BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Infinite Magicraid, and today we're going to be going over 3 new wave heroes. Yes, we're getting more of the new faction heroes just out of the gate. They're going to give us a ton of them, it seems like, probably so we have like a good choice and selection of heroes that might fit onto our account. So we're going to go over those heroes today, and then also I want to make sure you guys take 1 second. If you haven't done it yet and you're spending on Infinite Magicraid, go down to the description, click the links. You need to download Aptoid, download the AppCoins app, get the Infinite Magicraid, and make sure what you guys do is you come into the gear setting. Once you get it all set up, we have a video on this channel of how to set it up and everything. Make sure you go to the promo code and make sure you're using Barry5. That's going to give you an additional 5% off on all packs that you get in game. You're also going to accrue credits. You can see here I cashed in some of my credits for some stuff. You get some app coins for purchases and everything, so make sure you do that. You're going to get bonuses, you're going to get app coins, you're getting all that stuff, but let's jump right into the new heroes and see if they're any good. So first up, we have Boole. I have really mixed opinions on this hero. Again, he is from the Hidden Wave. He's a legend hero, attack in the Red Mark faction and everything. Yeah, it's an interesting hero. So right off the bat, you'll notice his main attack here is Wolfy Spear. It has rank 1, 2, and 3. It deals damage to all enemies, which is cool that an attack like this hits everybody. It has good potential. Not great burst for round 1 though, because you have to advance your spear up through these different difficulties or different tiers. You get extra piercing rate, here, you deal an additional stage of damage. So when you do get it up to level 3, it's pretty strong. But how do you get there? Well, not a big fan of it. Arrogant Heart is a passive skill. Yes, he has tons of passive skills. Grants self 1 layer of arrogance at the end of each turn. Each layer of arrogance increases his basic attack damage, which is again this up here, up to 8 layers. For every 4 layers, you'll upgrade from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. Not bad. When Boole has 8 layers of arrogance, he also enters Way of the Ocean status, during which he's immune to control effects, which is awesome. Arrogance of Way of the Ocean will not be removed when the owner dies or the waves transition. So that's cool, but the fact is you do have to get a ton of layers, which it takes a while to get here, and it makes me think what is great about that. We'll see, because he does have another passive skill, Wide Mind. Grants Boole 1 layer of flood for every 1 Hidden Wave ally deployed except himself. Each layer increases his direct damage dealt. Awesome. But gains 1 layer of gallantry for every 1 ally from other factions deployed. Each layer of gallantry reduces his damage taken. So 1 increases the attack, the other reduces the damage taken. I don't know how I like that. Granted, a hero that has 2 passives kind of seems good at the same time, because you can really hyper focus on like the basic attack here. Flood and gallantry are stackable up to 3 layers each. So in reality, you can have what? I mean, you could do like 2 layers of each, so he has more damage dealt and more damage reduction. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then lastly, his ultimate ability here, his last active skill, is cast Wolfy Spear Advancement Max. So I'm guessing that means you use level 3. 1 time immediately, the damage dealt by Rapid Wave is considered a basic attack damage. So interesting. Really depends on what the cooldown on this is, because that means right out of the gate he has the extra piercing rate. He's hitting 3 times. Maybe this is something cool like, you know, a Margaret or Margarita, where she can get a huge round 1 active and then it just starts stacking up in extra rounds as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. He does have some damage reduction, which is cool. We'll have to see. We'll see. And then Wolfy Pike is his exclusive level 1. Cleanses all control effects from self and acts for an extra turn immediately when his HP percentage is below 50 or 25% the first time. So he gets extra turns. That's kind of cool. Meanwhile, if he has less than 8 layers of arrogance, he gains a layer of arrogance immediately. Yeah, I mean, I guess that helps, because it does take a while to stack that up to 8. We'll have to see. Next up is Boole gains an extra 10% pierce rate, and each layer of arrogance increases extra piercing by 5. Now that's really good, because when you get to 8, that's an additional 40, 50 together. That's pretty solid. And lastly, advances his initial basic attack to Wolfy Spear 2 That's really good, which can be advanced up to Wolfie Spear 4 now, which reads each stage deals an extra 50% attack damage. This extra damage ignores defense, and if he has Ripple, increases extra damage to 75. So this is definitely you want exclusive 3 type hero, which I really hate heroes like that. I'm wondering if Wolfie Spear 4 hits a 4th stage as well. So that's the first hero. Mixed opinions on him. Could be good, could be meh. We'll have to see. Next up, we have Belton. Now, is it just me, or do you guys really get annoyed by heroes that have all these stackable mechanics and stuff, and it's like impossible to like keep track of? And it's like, well, if you have this is that hero right here. Again, he is a hidden wave hero, attack, force mark, legend hero. Let's just talk about it. Current slash is his basic, deals attack damage to a single enemy, which the chance to reduce their attack by 40% for 2 turns. That's cool against like bosses and stuff like that. It could be helpful to keep your team alive. Afterward, grants Belton 1 layer of flow. Flow is stackable up to 2 layers. Doesn't tell us what it is just yet. You'll have to wait. Lightning Strike is the first active ability, deals attack damage to a single enemy with a chance to reduce their defense by 60% for 2 turns. Again, really good against bosses, things like that. Afterward, grants Belton 1 layer of lightning. Lightning is also stackable up to 2 layers. So we have flow and we have lightning. But don't hold on, we got even more things that you have to keep track of. Unable to launch, pursue an attack, and counterattacks targeting Belton. That's annoying. And Belton is unable to launch, pursue, and attack counterattacks with the current slash, which is his basic attack. So that means like Catherine doesn't let him counterattack. But when Belton is able to launch a pursue and attack or counterattacks with the current slash ability, restores self HP based on his max HP and gains 1 layer of deluge power. Yay, another thing to keep track of, which is stackable up to 6 times. When casting heavy deluge, which is his ultimate ability down here, his main active skill, consumes all layers of deluge power, each of which increases damage dealt by heavy deluge. Well, what does heavy deluge do? Well, when the total number of layers of lightning and flow, remember these two up here, owned by self-reach 2, activates different forms of heavy deluge based on the layers of lightning and flow owned respectively, consumes corresponding buffs after casting the skill. So if you have 2 layers of lightning, you deal attack damage to all enemies and has extra crit damage. This damage is considered skill damage. If you have 1 layer of lightning and 1 layer of flow, deals 2 attack damage to all enemies and has extra piercing rate. This damage is considered a skill damage. And if you have 2 layers of flow, deals attack damage to all enemies and it has more leech for 1 turn. This damage is considered basic attack damage. Okay, so I'm wondering if you can proc all, if you have 2 stacks of both, do you proc all 3 attacks? Because that could be pretty impressive for damage. We'll have to see how that actually works out. Let's get down to the exclusives. Ocean Halberd attacks 2 extra times with current slash, which is the basic skill, and lightning strike, but only gains 1 layer of the corresponding buff. So you get to hit like an additional time, but you still only get 1 layer. It's not like that gives you 2 layers just from using it once. Level 2 is grants Belton 2 layers of lightning and 2 layers of flow at the beginning of each wave, which means he can just immediately use heavy deluge, it sounds like. Yeah, kind of seems like it. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then lastly, the 3 forms of heavy deluge all have extra crit damage, piercing rate, and leech. Again, another hero where if you go like exclusive 3, it'll probably just be disgustingly overpowered. We'll have to see how it actually works out, because the exclusive 3 essentially means he gets to do all of this heavy deluge in round 1. Yeah. And then lastly, we have Haley, the epic defense in the red. Of course, the skill card so much shorter for epic heroes. Deals 2 stages of attack damage with a chance to inflict suffocate. This is kind of good though. Grants all allies a shield based on her max HP. I'm hoping she has some sort of heal along with it too. Ocean Guard, if an ally's HP is below a certain percentage and is marked as the main target of a basic or skill cast proactively by an enemy, she will be marked as the main target instead. So it's like a taunt effect essentially. And then Seabreeze deals attack damage to all enemies and removes 1 attribute buff at random for all enemies, after which there's a chance to inflict cold 2 for 2 turns. This chance increases by 15% when the buffs are removed from the enemy. This hero kind of seems good for a defense hero, honestly. And then, of course, you know, getting the exclusives pretty much easier since it's an epic hero. Changes Seabreeze, which is the active skill, to remove buffs from all enemies before the damage is dealt. Can remove all kinds of buffs. Prioritizing non-attribute ones. Level 2 is reduces damage dealt to Haley by 25%. For every ally with HP percentage lower than 50%, reduces damage taken by 5 additionally. That's okay. And then lastly, increases the shield value granted by Crystal Shield by 40% of Haley's and extends the duration to 3. So there's no heal attached to it, which kind of sucks, but it's good for like an epic hero, especially for an early game account. This could be pretty solid. So let me know what you guys think about these 3 heroes. Way too many keywords. Way too many keywords to keep track of, I swear. It's just the complexities going up through the roof. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let me know what you guys think. And make sure you guys use the links down below. Make sure you guys are using Aptoid. Save that money. I see a lot of people using it, so definitely use that. Get the extra 5% and get some extra app coins and all that fun stuff. See you guys next time.